You can't stand the heat. Get the hell out of the Pwessha. More sell Pwessha. Oh yeah. Good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Sell Pwessha. How you feeling? Is your hair long? Did you have your coffee? Did you make any blood clot money? What's your wallets looking like? Sell Pwessha. That's what I'm saying. Sell Pwessha. People are crazy. Your man is out of his mind, man. Look, you gotta be crazy to be in crypto anyway. You're not all there. Admit it. Some of y'all won't admit it. I admit it. I'm not all there to just be dealing with all this. Now I got an extra label to deal with. Some sell Pwessha. Come on, man. Sounds like a person who's in abject poverty. Sell pressure. What kind of shit is that, man? So I hear sell pressure, I think of extensions and weaves. Like, think of like horse tails. Sell pressure. What are we doing? We'll talk about some sell pressure. Shout out to the chat, man. If y'all there, I don't know. I can't see because, the sun is glaring. I didn't raise a sacrifice for a new phone or new eyeglasses, so y'all stuck. I call myself trying to be a good crypto citizen. Being a good crypto citizen didn't really fare too well for some of us. Now we're self Pwessha. Nobody even identifies maxis anymore. That's a thing of the past. You can't even hear nothing maxi related. Richard Hart couldn't even talk about being a maxi. He did a 52-minute video, not one word of shout out to his supporters, his diehard maxis. Nothing. Quiet. Mum's the word. It's a new day, bruh. Sell Pwessha. It's a new day. That's why a lot of us, we gotta embrace change. Gotta embrace change, man. Whether you like it or not. He did. You want to see something done, you do it. You think you could do something better? I'm better. I'm better than you on all fronts. I beat the SEC single-handedly with no amicus brief. With no amicus brief. You guys wasted your time. Well, actually, you probably did it because you got some decent money under the guise of trying to help me. But you guys didn't help me. I won. They lost. I won by myself with no amicus brief. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard when he said with no amicus brief? Yeah. All y'all did some amicus brief. I don't care if I'm misinterpreting it, it don't matter. Nobody cares. He mentioned amicus brief. I thought about all the influencers that try to get signatures. Not only try, got signatures, thousands, and bread and money. Woo. Damn, indirects. Yo, I know people feel like trash when they spend bread thinking they're doing something, and he defecates on the cause. Like when them people spend so much bread, what, half a ticket on a car to wrap a NASCAR, spend half a ticket on it, and he shat on them when the NASCAR lost. You're spending your money. You're wasting your money. What is wrong with you, idiots? And I know those that spent their money, they were so proud, had their head up in the sky, proud, bird chest, their bird chest out, huh? Super inflated egos. They're like, yeah, NASCAR, we lost, but so what? Then Richie Rich gave him the internet tongue lashing. Uh, it's a waste of money. Waste of money. Do direct marketing. Do mail order. Do mail order. Direct marketing is better. It's better. Brand marketing is trash. He's still talking that marketing talk. Sell Pwessha. You know what I mean? You should market that. Brand that. Some people, listen, man, I know my limitations, bro. Man of a certain age, there's not much I really care about. Like, as far as like, oh, yo, chill, do this, no. Life's too short to be worried about what other people think about you, right? So people need to learn how to just take stuff and use it to their own benefit. He said sell Pwessha. Yo, create some t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Write sell Pwessha on it. Put one of these symbols on it to make people really ask questions so that the nerds could like look at you and be like, oh, can I have one of those? A lot of people are secret nerds. They don't even they're not even proud to be like, yeah, beat their bird chest and declare that they're nerds. Want to act cool. Get out of here, man. What's cool doing for your wallet? Nothing. Cool is making you look like sell Pwessha. That's what's making you look like. Nothing but sell Pwessha. Yo, man, I've understood a couple things in life. Nothing, nothing flows in a straight line in life, especially your road and your path and your journey. Oh no. And most certainly not crypto. Facts. You think things are going one way, and all of a sudden, whoops, totally different. You know, I'm out here, you know, totally different. Folks are like betting on, like I was, betting on RH knowing what he's talking about. RH figured it out. You align yourself with good people. I'm thinking, yo, this guy, billionaire, you gotta have billionaire contacts. Winning. And then when you're in a car with people with the likes of your man Unity, you know, flexing like doing something in an expensive car, whatever, acting like that's something worth talking about or noting. And then Unity launches a nondescript project and robs the people. And before that, you had a whole Staker app situation that created all kinds of problems. Huh? You flash dancing in a club with people who like to do everything for the Instagram, do everything for the gram, right? And talk about bang bang makes sense. Quick maths. Bang bang makes sense. Making videos, you in the club, popping bottles, even got clips of you in the movie, you know? You hobnobbing with RH and all that. RH hobnobbing with you. You even in the States in the club, popping bottles with some chicks that I hope y'all didn't buy. And they just like you for the love because they caught the vibe. And then you end up somewhere nondescript with somebody telling you you can't come into this country. What's this bullet about? Come on, bruh. But y'all don't understand what I tell you. He doesn't know how to pick good friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard to tell, man. Like, that's just two examples. You know what I mean? Come on, man. But everybody's sell Pwessha. Why? Because who's buying now? Who's buying at a large clip? Who's interested? Who interested? Who interested to buy at a large clip? What rich person cares enough? Hex don't need you. We don't need you. You can buy the top effers. We don't need you. Think about how much money I have. And think about what I can do with that money. That money, that's no longer your money. It's not your money. It's my money. Think about what I can do with that money. And now it's, oh, we need marketing. Help, SOS. Please help. Because I can't do this by myself. If I push that button, everybody's going to know it's me. You know, this is where we're at with it, man. Sound like I'm talking crap about him. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Hey guys, I need you guys to buy big. Go get some rich people over here with your mail order briding and your postcards. Go get some rich people over here so they could buy, and I can just blend in with those buys and do what it is that I do and get everybody talk about me. It's 2025, right? People who you don't even like in the community know about your techniques and your strategies. People you don't even like. It's not hard. How, like, you see certain things, I understand, like, never really specifying or highlighting negativity, because that just brings bad energy. I get it. But when you pretend that your coins have not been failing, when we talk about price discovery now, it's about when new lows. That's the price discovery. When new lows. Because we struggling for some highs. Been struggling. 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 Been struggling. Bringing that up is not being negative. Bringing that up is highlighting a truth. Pulse chain launched. That's the truth. Your core coins have been struggling. That's not a lie. That's the truth. You won the SEC. You shot on them. That's the truth. Pulse chain became congested with gas fees. just as recent as a month ago. That's the truth. Present balance. Everything is not just one way, narrow, one view. A man doesn't do that. He'll tell you about something negative about somebody else quick. He'll tell you about how Ethereum, right? It's not doing too well, but at least it's not super low from its all-time low or whatever. And you dismissing your coins. You're not even addressing the nasty performance Hex has done on both sides of the pond. You're not even addressing that. But in your own way, in his own way, you know how he addressed it? Hello, Pwessha. It's all your fault that Hex is down. You guys keep selling. He didn't say it, but I picked up what he wasn't selling. What he wasn't saying. You know? Good morning, Pwessha. Good afternoon, good evening. Good night, Pwessha. How you feeling today? You good? Honestly speaking, like if you see your wallet does something so beautiful, you want to jump up with joy and scream and hug somebody you love right away. You might want to give yourself a kiss because you're so happy and you were alone when you discovered glorious gains in your wallet. You think you're not going to want to sell? Of course you're going to want to sell. What they try to tell you now, you don't necessarily have to. They can't tell you don't sell. They try to dress it up different and tell you, oh, why would you want to dump on your friends? What friends? Why? Why would you not rather hold on to your magnificent gains and not dump on your friends? Again, I tell you, what friends? Like the friends he has? Right. It ain't hard to tell, in the words of Nasir Jones, it ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail without the weed smoke. Maybe some contact, you know. Shout out to all those who puff herb. Hopefully you're doing it in a safe way without K2 and fentanyl, without any harmful street drug laced garbage, because that's out there too. You find that it's all you see, real life, right? You find these behaviors in crypto as well. Like you want to separate good from trash. You have very little good in crypto to deal with versus an insurmountable amount of garbage. You can easily get lost. You don't know whether you're coming or going. And before you know it, You basically lost your shirt because everything is gone. Because you're trying to gamble on everything you see. Nothing's changed. Except no. I take that back. The grifts have evolved. The grifts have become so disrespectful in a sense where it's happening as if it's supposed to not be done in the shadows. Like it's happening live because crypto's 24/7. So while you sleep, someone is always awake on anywhere in the world, right? You watching that drama with Gold Pulse unfold, like that was one of the first times I've seen basically the majority of internet voices talk against an entity that's trying to do a sacrifice, right? Telling the people well in advance, yo, red flag, don't F with this right here. This ain't it. This is not it. And give their own justification. They give reasoning. They give history, backdrop. They even tie RH with the background for the people, you know, or individual dealing with Go Pulse. That's what makes it nasty for me too. That's why I say like Richard doesn't pick people well. Like you don't know how to pick people. L's after L's. You don't know how to pick good people. That's why he front like he. That's why he could only talk for himself and by himself because when he goes outside of that, he puts himself in a trick bag. Because the Go Pulse people, he had some dealings indirect or indirectly or directly with them. Just like those guys that did the sacrifices for liquid loans in them that were admins in the Pulse Chain main chat. They had to have some dealings with Richard directly or indirectly because they were admins on his official chat. How do you become that without RH giving some kind of input? Huh? Or maybe he had his clone do it, an AI or an assistant, a slave. Like, what are we doing? Come on, bro. Live and direct. No less than like 12 hours ago. I'm watching on X, plastering screenshots of GoPulse actively selling the sacrifice money into stables, bridging out of Pulse Chain for their nondescript garbage that they tell in the world that they were launching. This was, 24 hours after your man launched a video talking about trying to give some kind of Pulse Chain highlights, Richard Hart. Like no less than a day later, people in his community, in the community, stealing, grifting, playing games, scamming actively. Come on, man. Can't pretend like those things are not happening. You know? That's why I talk about it. Because people don't want to always listen. The truth is ugly. The truth is very ugly. Truth hurts. You know? So it's not easy to deal with certain harsh realities. And I get it, especially when there's money involved. When there's money involved, people get extra crazy, you know? they get extra crazy and sensitive because it's about their bread. Who wants to lose their bread over some foolishness if they could prevent it? And over here in crypto, there are landmines everywhere. Imagine you more at risk losing your money when you have self custody than when you're sucking middleman D. Imagine that. You're more at risk when you hold on to your own bread than when you give it to the third party. And we know the third parties are trash. Every single one of them. Because they don't do anything third party for free. If they're going to be third party, they're not going to do it for free. And who pays those fees? We do. We have to pay those fees. We have to pay the price, in other words, for the risk that we take and enrich everyone else. Like the people who ran the goalpost sack, like enriching RH, enrich him even more. Oh yeah, enrich him with funds that were sacrificed that you cannot claim. And guess what? Some of that is okay because you agreed on the dotted line, right? We agreed on the dotted line, on the fictitious dotted line. We said, yep, I'm going to bite this bullet right here and give up this bread for free with the hopes of, oh, free airdrop, and which we got. So it's all around covered, right? Except those of us that have been holding on to maximalism, thinking that that was the best, most surefire way to win, or we lost. We lost. How are you, sir? How you feeling? You know, we lost miserably. Lost. Still losing. So when I tell you, like, these videos that he puts out don't really move any personal needle for me. It's not to be spiteful or anything. It's just real. It's just the truth. The people, maxis, who try to, not even try, who consistently were beating these maximalism drums, right, were ignored by your man RH. And who was not ignored? Scammers. Scammers were given light. Scammers were praised. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And so someone has to be mentally challenged if they can't understand where I'm coming from when I say I wasn't moved by the latest discussion or recorded diatribe about updates of how you won the SEC case and how everybody needs to market more post chain because it's the best tech in the world. Hey, bruh, people, what do you feel? How do you feel, Richard, about people who dollar cost averaged into the pain of buying your tokens. Dips are in the game. Do you know how many dips Hex has had during its 22 month between the all-time low and its all-time high? Do you know? Do you know, Wonder? 15. 15. So dips are in the game. Stop crying. Right. You're acting like people don't know, but you herald grifters, sir. You supported people who are shady. If you say you're not going to talk about any coins, don't align yourself with any pieces of garbage. That makes you look crazy. That makes you look crazy. Show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. Show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. Sometimes you're better off. Sometimes you're better off not saying anything than speaking and making yourself look worse. Sometimes you're better off just being by yourself. If you're gonna be by yourself, rock out alone. You're aligned with, for example, the people I just mentioned to you, the guy from UT and Staker app, and your man Bang Bang makes sense, right? And other people could add others too, who've done questionable things. Your Hex, the one that you said was a Hex therapist, the therapist, done questionable things in the community since 24. But you apologize to him by thanking him for running programs for the community after the fact of doing like weird activities on the blockchain. These are the people who you herald, and you know. But the maxis, it's like sunset for the maxis. It's a wrap, right? R.I.P. to the maxis. All right, so it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Give that energy, you get that energy back. That's why you have so much differences of opinion now, more so than ever. Not only because, people probably learned about post chain and are using it, this and that, but, the views have changed as well because of behaviors that he's exhibited or not exhibited online, period. Using a format that you say you don't even use, but your Twitter account is actively posting. But you say you only post, you're not even post, you only speak in real life, face to face. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Look, you're not the only one out here that got a couple cells, a couple brain cells that, thanks to the creator, works. People can think, people are smart, people can see right through the BS. Because after 2 years of meager results, holding on to the cause, after 2 years of meager results, holding on to the cause, why wouldn't you expect after 2 years of holding on to the cause, why wouldn't he expect maximum sell pressure, yo? You think people are not eagerly waiting? Of course. And this is the thing too about crypto. If you can't keep people interested to buy the crypto, effectively you have something that's worthless. If you can't keep people interested in buying Hex, Pulse Chain X, or Inc., what is the point? And when you act like a butthole, right, with absolute impertinence, how do you think people are going to react? They're going to sell. They're going to talk crap. You're going to have drama. You're going to have weird things attached to your jacket, like beating up teenagers, et cetera, instead of cleaning up your situation, man. Like I said before, man, tighten up. It's sad. It's sad, man. Straight up. It is what it is, man. But guess what? There's still good people in the world. There's still good people, even on the chain. They're doing good things. That are doing good things that have not given up, irrespective of whatever mania you see people displaying. There's still good people out here, man. And I still believe that. For sure. For sure. It may not even necessarily be him. I thank him for just even at least the blockchain is out and the airdrops were dropped, right? Were given distributed, blah blah blah. All right, thank you. That's it. Now hit the bricks running because can't depend on dude for nothing sort of like lucid and 100% linear. He's not presenting to you 100% factual truth. He's not. He can't do it anymore. He can't do it anymore. So this is where we're at. He can't do it anymore because he hasn't done it. That's why I say he just can't do it anymore. He can't just be 100% real and truthful. He got to give you something so you could always have to question and be like, what about this? Or what are you talking about? At least be 80%. If you can't be 100% truthful, just high bar, high 80% percentile, something like that. Aim high. Come on, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. So sell Pwessha, right? And there's no buy Pwessha. So what you think is going to be? People waiting to sell, and you begging people to buy. You actually begging, and it's okay to beg because hey, been over 5 years of marketing. What's that really? Not only highlighting, announcing, promoting, sharing, and shilling. You're begging. Hey, pay attention over here, please. You're begging Joe Rogan, like, son, you have money. Create your own situation in a different way. Like, but this is what he's done. He has his own channel, right? He has his own, whatever accounts on Twitter, and they only go but so far. What does that tell y'all? Sometimes you just reach your highest point. Now it's time to go do. Stop trying to keep doing the same thing, looking for a different result. Do something different, right? Be great at what you do. Be great at being you, not being great at being fake, being repetitive, being redundant, talking about saying things over and over and over again, looking for a different result because the results you're getting are meager. You hit the glass ceiling already. How much more popular can a man be? You got something tagged on you talking about you, something with money from Finland, and you fought a 16-year-old. You beat up a 16-year-old child. How much more press you need? What they say, bad publicity, good publicity. There you go. You got your publicity. You blockchain, you 27 million in charity. Never mind the money. What happened to the money? Because we know it's not all there anymore because things, fumbled the bag and all that. Shout out to, what I'm saying, the founder of that foundation, which is another foundation. You gave out self-help books, self-help books for free. Doing good things, big things that many people will never do. You affected the lives of many. Help people retire and en masse, right? From a thought, from your brain. You made something intangible become something tangible for so many people. You reach a certain level of altruism that people would buy. And you did it from you, from your heart and your brain. And that seems to still not be enough. That may still not be enough. Listen here. This thing is looking like, let me tell you, right? Like a sports team. All I could think of right now is like an analogy comparing crypto to like a sports team. Think about a team that you're a die-hard fan supporter of that has not had a championship in decades. And then they finally start getting some wins and are now hopeful and are now in the playoffs. And guess what? Are now in the championship game after decades. That's what this might turn out to be. That's what this meaning his ecosystem as far as his coins. Because other people have already won. Other ecosystems have already won, have done beautiful in less than 2 years. They've done great. They've done great. And if I was a part of their situation, I would have talked about it greatly and heavily and have been proud. Because why not? If no one got scammed and these people are still around helping their community achieve massive gains and have a great crypto experience on his chain, not directly related to Pulse, Hex, and Inc. and Pulse Hex, I would have talked about it this whole time. Would have talked about it this whole time. Make no mistake about it. There are people who've actually had great experiences on Pulse chain, not directly dealing with his coins. Facts. You know what's crazy? He he doesn't have it in him to give those ecosystems props. He doesn't even have it in him to give respect to those ecosystems that shined on Pulse chain. How crazy is that? He can't even give them it doesn't matter about you don't talk about coins anymore and stuff like that. You have ecosystems on Pulse chain that are not only thrive, but they've done very well as far as coin, even just at minimum price performance, outperforming all of your coins without grifting anybody, without scamming people. And you can't even thank them. They made your chain look great. They made helped your chain to shine in a glimmer of have some kind of glimmer of hope amid all this doom and weird stuff you got going on, man. He couldn't even give them some props and been like, "Yo, I see y'all out there." You don't even have to identify who they are. But you give weird mixed messaging, Richard. Weird mixed messages. What you would do is instead of talking about the ecosystems that have worked, what you would do is put a post up about some P dye going up 2 billion%. A month later, blows up in your face, and then you got a campaign talking about don't tie me with P dye. But you were talking about P dye in 2024, without talking about it, saying that that coin went up 5,000x, and then you talked about it again this year with a air of arrogance and confidence, and it blew up in your face. And before P dye blew up in your face, you were also promoting the P copies. Remember that? He had a what, 10, 15 coins, P copies. Talk about, hey guys, you could promote, whatever, promoting, marketing. How'd that work out? Meager results. You have Aave that launched a coin, that launched their protocol on a different blockchain altogether. And Postchain's been out for almost 2 entire years. Either they launched on Solana or they launched on Sonic. I don't even think it was Sonic. Maybe it was just Solana. I don't know. Do your research. But Aave, where you had a collective that did a sacrifice forking Aave and GMX and received millions of dollars when Aave could have just went to Post Chain. Why? Why they didn't do it? Who knows? But my opinion is that they don't like Richard. They don't want to deal with anything he got going on, irrespective if he lost or I'm not lost, but won the SEC case. It's too much going on. Too much going on. And you gave no support to where support was being given to you. Developers that came to the chain, and created things that help people see prosperity, see stability in their lives, see abundance. They share their stories. I'm everywhere you're never there. Shout out to Tin Top. Like And you can't even give those people real burn, but you would praise grifters. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You got developers on your chain that try their best to bring people, bring eyes, like you keep saying, more eyes, to have people receive even passive income, coin appreciation, like price appreciation, make money. But what you want to do is highlights people who have sketchy backgrounds, who've done sketchy things, who's straight up scam people. That's who you want to highlight and be around and talk about and praise and just forget about everybody else, including the maxis that heralded your whole narrative, your whole point, your whole program, your whole delayed gratification, your whole not your keys, not your crypto, all the tenets that you talked about. Try to hold them true, keep people motivated. For years, been doing that, even through the darkest times. Been still sounding the alarm, sounding the horn of what you show us. Your cheeks. Pause.